Welcome to the Dubai Watch Week 2025 Health and Safety Induction video. The Health and Safety Induction introduces the key safety issues and procedures that apply to everyone on site. It plays an important role in reducing the risk of injuries and accidents in the workplace. By understanding the site safety rules, you help protect yourself, your colleagues, and all others involved in the project. Your actions support a safe working environment for everyone. This induction also forms part of the safe system of work. Before entering a project site, it is your responsibility to ensure that you and your team have watched and understood the contents of this video. If anything is unclear, ask for guidance before you start work. We are working in a public environment where thousands of people encounter our work each day. For this reason, we must keep the highest standards at all times to maintain both safety and professionalism. When you arrive on site, the health and safety team will provide a venue-specific talk for the event. This will include the emergency evacuation plans and the location of assembly points. Supervisors must introduce themselves to the health and safety team as soon as they arrive. If an evacuation takes place, do not attempt to take tools or personal belongings with you. Follow the signs to the nearest exit, proceed calmly to the assembly point, and wait there for instructions. These instructions will come from event staff or the emergency services. Access and accreditation for contractors at Dubai Watch Week will be directly linked to the health and safety induction. All contractors and suppliers must watch this health and safety induction video and submit the required paperwork to the Dubai Watch Week accreditation team. This paperwork must include a full list of employees who have completed the induction. If the paperwork is not received, you will not be permitted to carry out any work. Regular checks will take place to confirm that everyone has been both accredited and inducted. Working on any event site exposes people to a range of hazards. To reduce the risk of injuries and accidents, a set of site safety rules has been developed. These rules are designed to protect you, your colleagues, and everyone working around you. A safe system of work is a set of procedures designed to remove or reduce the risks involved in your tasks. You will often hear health and safety staff speak about risk assessments and method statements. These are the planning stages completed by contractors before they arrive on site. Planning alone is not enough. Workers and supervisors must read and follow these documents for the system to be effective. For example, before climbing a scaffolding tower, managers will have assessed the risks and created a plan. The worker must then follow that plan and wear the correct personal protective equipment. Many accidents happen when safe systems of work are ignored. If you are ever unsure, speak with your supervisor or read the risk assessments and method statements to confirm the correct safety procedures. A toolbox talk is a short safety meeting, similar to a mini induction, designed to raise awareness of potential hazards and encourage safe working practices. These talks may cover a wide range of topics, such as hazard recognition, the use of personal protective equipment, emergency procedures, and job-specific safety issues. Bernie. Alongside completing this induction video, the health and safety team will be present on site to provide advice and to ensure that site safety rules and safe systems of work are being followed correctly. If the health and safety team asks you to stop work and attend a toolbox talk, do not take it personally. They may have identified something that could affect your safety and may be able to suggest a safer and more effective way of carrying out the task. When you are on site, the minimum level of personal protective equipment is a high-visibility vest, a hard hat, and safety shoes. No one will be allowed access to the site during the build and derig phases unless they are wearing the correct level of PPE. Additional protective equipment may be required depending on the work you're carrying out. This may include gloves, eye protection, or hearing protection. If you are working at height, you must wear a full-body harness and lanyard as part of the fall arrest system, along with a hard hat fitted with a chin strap. It is your responsibility to arrive with the correct, serviceable PPE for the job. If you do not have the correct equipment, you will be asked to leave the site. Manual handling is the lifting, setting down, pushing, pulling, carrying, or moving of a load by hand. Where possible, avoid hazardous manual handling and use mechanical equipment such as forklift trucks, trolleys, or pump trucks. If you do need to carry a load by hand, always use the correct manual handling techniques. Your supervisor and the health and safety team can provide advice and guidance when you are on site. Slips, trips, and falls are one of the main causes of workplace injuries. But remember, slips and trips always have a cause. People rarely slip on a clean, dry floor. Slips are often caused by water, oil, dust, or other substances left unattended, especially on smooth surfaces such as tiles or marble. Always clean up spillages immediately. If you need to fetch cleaning equipment, place a sign or barrier to warn others until you return. Trips are usually caused by obstructions or uneven surfaces in walkways. Keep work areas clear so that people can see where they are going. Remember these simple rules. Keep walkways clear of obstructions. Keep your work area clean and tidy. Do not leave tools or materials lying around. Make sure site lighting is good enough to spot hazards. And avoid distractions that stop you looking where you are going. To prevent slips, trips, and falls, everyone must have a see it, sort it attitude. If you notice anything that could be a hazard, report it immediately to the health and safety team. Work at height should only be carried out if it cannot be done safely by other means. If working at height cannot be avoided, you must use a safe working platform. Safe platforms include fully guarded and boarded scaffolding systems, mobile elevating work platforms such as scissor lifts, mobile scaffolding towers, and ladders. Everyone working at height must wear a full body harness with a lanyard fixed to a secure high anchor point. No one may use a mobile elevating work platform unless they have completed the correct training. Scaffolding systems and mobile towers must only be erected, dismantled, and used according to manufacturer guidelines and by certified workers. Outriggers must be installed if scaffolding is above 4 meters. The maximum height for mobile scaffolding towers is 8 meters outdoors and 12 meters indoors. Before use, all wheels must be locked. Towers must never be moved while people or materials are still on them. Ladders and step ladders are a major cause of accidents. They should only be used for low-risk, short-duration tasks. Always check ladders are in good condition, set them on firm, level ground, and use the 1:4 ratio, 1 meter out for every 4 meters of height. Tools must be tethered with a lanyard to prevent them falling onto people below. Where possible, set up exclusion zones to stop people walking underneath your work area. Hard hats with chin straps must be worn at all times, and never use mobile phones while working on a ladder. When working with tools and equipment on site, you must follow these rules. All tools must be in good condition and inspected by the user before use. Only use tools for their intended purpose and in line with the manufacturer's instructions. All personnel using tools and equipment must be competent, trained, and experienced. Tools should always be stored correctly to prevent damage and reduce the risk of trip hazards. Any damaged tools or equipment must be removed from the workplace immediately. Battery-operated tools are preferred over main supply, and all power tools must be PAT tested. Never use power tools in the rain or in wet conditions, and never carry a power tool by its lead. Power tools must be secured when not in use so that they cannot be accessed by untrained personnel. And remember, never leave tools or equipment lying around. This helps prevent slips, trips, and falls. This includes scaffolding pieces, ladders, guardrails, and barricades. All electrical tools and appliances must be in good working order and visually inspected by the user before use. This includes checking the cables and plugs. Always ensure power tools are properly earthed. Never run power cables across pathways or access areas. This creates a trip hazard, and if a cable is pulled violently from its socket, it could cause sparks and start a fire. Always use the correct plugs and never place stripped wires directly into a socket. Do not touch loose or broken wires until you have confirmed that the equipment is switched off. Any damaged electrical equipment must be removed from site immediately and sent for repair, and never overload sockets with too many plugs. All plant operators must be trained, certified, and hold a valid license. All vehicles must have a banksman in place when moving. Operators must only use equipment for its intended purpose. Always follow speed limits. Always secure loads. Always remain alert for pedestrians, and always wear your seatbelt. Mobile phones must never be used while operating a vehicle. Plant equipment must not move around the site unless accompanied by a banksman. If you are using plant equipment or machinery regularly, you must carry out daily checks to confirm it is in good working order. No unauthorized passengers are to be carried on vehicles, especially forklifts. If there is no seat, there must be no passenger. All hot works are subject to a hot work permit issued by the health and safety team. A suitable method statement and risk assessment must also be completed before any hot work begins. When hot work is carried out, precautions must be taken to prevent damage to property or injury to people from sparks, fire, or heat. Remember the following rules. Check that all combustible materials have been removed or shielded from sparks. Cover all floor openings in the work area. Check that smoke and fire detectors in the area have been deactivated. Place a dry powder fire extinguisher within easy reach, and ensure there is a continuous fire watch during the work and for at least 30 minutes after the hot works are complete. No lifting activity is permitted until the vehicle documents, driver's license, and third-party inspection certificates for the lifting equipment have been verified. Banksmen and riggers must maintain continuous communication with vehicle operators. All lifting gear must be inspected for damage or wear before use. Only the rigger is authorized to rig loads and to give lifting signals to the crane operator. Riggers must ensure that loads do not exceed the safe working load, and that balance is assessed before lifting. A safe exclusion area must be established around all lifting activities. No person is ever permitted to stand beneath a suspended load. High visibility vests, safety shoes, and hard hats must be worn during all lifting operations. All hazardous substances, such as paints and thinners, must be stored in suitable containers. They should only be brought to site in the quantities required for the work being carried out. Once work is complete, all hazardous substances must be removed from the site. Supervisors must ensure that workers wear the correct personal protective equipment and follow the instructions provided in the manufacturer's safety data sheet. The disposal of hazardous substances must always comply with regulations. Never pour hazardous substances into drains or onto the ground. Housekeeping means keeping your work area neat and tidy, free from slip and trip hazards, and ensuring that waste materials such as paper, cardboard, and other fire hazards are removed. The best approach is to clean as you go, rather than leaving everything until the end of the day. A buildup of clutter and debris is not only bad for site safety, it slows work down and can cause trips, falls, and potentially serious accidents. If the sight of excessive debris, spills, or clutter is accepted as normal, then other serious hazards may also be overlooked. So please keep on top of your work areas. A clean and well-organized site helps protect everyone and creates a safer, more productive, and more pleasant workplace. The site speed limit for all vehicles, including plant and private vehicles, is 5 kilometers per hour. All vehicles, including forklifts, must be accompanied by a banksman at all times. Anyone caught speeding will receive a single warning. If the same driver commits a second offense, they will no longer be permitted to drive on site. Unless you are authorized to be in a high-risk area, you must keep away from locations such as rigging and lifting zones, hot works, and generator compounds. Never cross into areas that have been cordoned off with barriers or cones. Always follow the warning signs displayed around the site, as they are there to alert you to specific hazards. Fire safety is about two key things. First, preventing or reducing the chance of a fire starting in connection with your work. Second, if a fire does occur, knowing how to reduce its spread and intensity. Having the correct fire extinguishers and other safety equipment on site helps to control the risk of fire. It also ensures people can be alerted quickly so they can evacuate or even extinguish a fire before it becomes dangerous. Remember these simple rules. Store flammable substances and materials correctly. Report any faulty or unsafe wiring, as this is a major fire hazard. Never overload sockets or electrical circuits. Do not use damaged plugs, outlets, or cords. Keep work areas free from waste materials such as paper, cardboard, or other flammable items. And always keep combustible materials away from ignition sources. Smoking is only permitted in designated smoking areas. These areas will be clearly marked around the event site. Dedicated cigarette bins are provided for safe disposal of smoking materials. Please use them and do not discard smoking materials on the ground. Smoking is strictly prohibited in all indoor event spaces. This includes back-of-house cabins, restrooms, and catering areas. Drugs and alcohol are strictly prohibited on all event sites. If you are found to be under the influence, you will be asked to leave the site immediately, and the matter will be reported to your company. If you are found in possession of an illegal substance, the police may also be called. Please notify the health and safety team immediately of any injuries, accidents, or near-miss incidents. If an injury occurs, the casualty or a witness must meet with the health and safety team to complete an accident report form. Where necessary, the health and safety team will carry out an investigation into the incident. Certified first aiders will be available on site 24 hours a day during the build, the live event, and the derig phases. All companies must also provide their own trained first aiders, along with fully stocked first aid kits. Toilets will be provided. Please do not use the toilets located under the opera gardens. Contractors are expected to bring enough food and water for their workforce. It is your responsibility to look after your own welfare and the welfare of your team. If you have any concerns with the welfare facilities on site, speak to your supervisor, the site manager, or the health and safety team. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions about the site safety rules or any site-related matters, please speak to the health and safety team or the site manager when you arrive.